Welcome to KMNH, Kids Making the News Happen.
Hi, I'm Malcolm, and you're watching KMNH, Kids Making the News Happen.
What would you do if you were stranded by yourself in deep snow in the back country? Well, most of us would panic, but that's not what a 17-year-old teen in Canada did. Instead of panicking, he put together a plan. He parked his snowmobile in a large open area so it would be easy to find or spot from a rescue plane or helicopter. Then he found a nearby wooded area and built a snow cave for his shelter for the night. The teen, who was not named in the report according to CNN, was in good condition after being found by rescuers the next day. He had food and water with him and attributed his survival to the skills he had honed in the harsh winter conditions. This KMNH segment was sponsored by the Northside Business Association. Thank you for your support. Previously at KMNH, we have reported on recalls of dog food and ice cream for being too dangerous to eat. And now it's chocolate's turn. Lake Champlain Chocolates is calling back some of their products after people found plastic pieces in their chocolate. This all according to Fox Business News, who reported that the FDA reposted a voluntary recall of the affected product. No one has been hurt by eating the plastic contaminated chocolates, and we hope this doesn't leave a bad taste from consumers of their product.
We'd like to support Zinn's Plumbing for supporting this broadcast of Kids Making the News Happen.
Leave it to Washington State, known as the coffee capital of the United States, to ask Starbucks to help with COVID-19 vaccinations. NBC News stated that Starbucks is helping to develop the vaccine delivery plan as the state prepares to dole out 45,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines a day. You won't be able to order up your latte and a shot of COVID vaccine just yet, but when they do, I want mine with venti with ice. For the first time in NFL history, a woman will officiate at the Super Bowl. Sarah Thomas has been selected to be part of the officiating crew for Super Bowl 55 on February 7th. She will be the down judge and the crew of 8 officials. She already made history by becoming the first permanent female NFL official in 2015 and becoming the first female to officiate an NFL playoff game in 2019.
This KMNH segment was sponsored by Ellen Thomas Arnold. Thank you for your support.
You may have heard of letters getting lost in the mail, but a teen sent a message by sea and it wasn't found for 2 years. Nikki Nye put a message in a bottle and tossed it into the sea. The one-page letter describing who she is and wishing well to anyone that finds it turned up 2 years later after traveling over 1,500 miles by sea. Weather.com said a ranger named Stephen Amos found the bottle and the message and contacted Nikki through social media, which still remains the quickest way of connecting with other people.
Shake It Records has been shaking things up in Northside for longer than I've been listening to music, or actually longer than I've been alive. And there is nothing that can stop the Blaze brothers, Darren and Jim, from continuing to share their passion for music and records to everyone that will listen.
Well, Shake It Records, the label, started in the early 1990s. Basically out of my desk drawer when I was a freshman at UC. And I reissued a couple of 45s back then, and then it just kind of grew. I had other jobs and stuff like that, and it was a hobby that just kind of built and built and built. And I guess it was around 98 I really began, and my brother and I really started to think about wanting to open a storefront.
Did you know that Shake It Records started as a record mail order company?
And we built up a title of a catalog of about 1,000 pieces. And then we started a mail order company back in the day before the internet, where you would just mail in your money in a check or whatever. And then it just kept building and building, and then we decided just to go ahead and open a store.
Not only have Darren and Jim been owners of Shake It Records for more than 20 years, most of their employees have been with them for almost that long.
So we've had 5 employees, and 22 years. So everybody knows everybody down there. You know, the new guy now has worked there for 12 years. You know, he still has to go get the coffee when everybody wants coffee.
In the past 22 years, Shake It Records has grown to be one of the biggest record stores in the city.
You know, we're just one of these stores that was always out ahead of the curve a little bit, you know, while, you know, the big box stores had no idea who the White Stripes were. We were selling hundreds and thousands a month. So that's always kind of what we've been. You know, we're the kind of store that's just a little bit ahead of the curve. So.
When they started the business, Jim and Darren never thought their business would grow and become as popular as it has.
I had a huge record collection with lots of doubles, and we had all this inventory from the mail order side. And Laura Crystal, who's a local person in the neighborhood, she was willing to rent to us month to month. And so we thought maybe it would be a year and give me some time to figure out, you know, I knew I wanted to do something with music, but I wasn't sure if it was a store. But she rented to us for dirt cheap. She rented to us month to month. She just thought it was a great idea and it would be a good mix in the neighborhood. I think she had more faith in us than we had on ourselves.
We learned that every day is not the same in the record business.
When we opened, it was the height of Napster. And, you know, that gave us our base of fighting against the industry tide of downloading, which has always been there and continues to grow.
And Shake It Records was built on a passion for music.
I believed that there were enough people like me in the city, and you know, CD sales were declining, vinyl was non-existent, but I knew that there was X amount of people in Cincinnati that were willing and wanted the physical item of music, and that is what we've always stood by. Is like, we want to sell to the person who's passionate about the music.
Darren also explained just how hard it can be to sell a specialty item like vinyl records, especially during a pandemic.
You know, there's more stores now that are selling vinyl. It has to be spread across more stores, and it's a physical product that has to be manufactured. It's more than just pressing a button and they come out of a machine. They all have to be handled and molded and all this kind of stuff. So things take time, and pressing plants that are running at like 60% capacity. There's a vinyl pellet shortage that's, you know, causing some slowdowns and stuff like that. So that's all things that the industry is really kind of struggling with right now.
From our conversation with Darren, it looks like the future for Shake It Records is to put in the work every day, have fun, and be able to enjoy your success.
Like, not to sit back and relax, because it's a super competitive industry and a business where you have to be on your game all the time, but just kind of like seeing the forest from the trees a little bit.
Here are 4 things that Darren loves most about Shake It Records.
We have a good name. People enjoy it. I love the fact that we've had the same employees forever. They're guys that I love and I work with every day, and I love to spend time with them, and they're fun, and I look up to them each, you know, every day. Just being in a neighborhood and being a neighborhood store, and like, that's what it is for me.
Darren and Jim are some of the biggest music fans we know, but they also enjoy building their business and having their store in our community.
Now for me, it's much more of a personal thing, where this is my 35th year of selling records. And there are people that I've seen every week for 35 years. And I've gone to funerals and weddings and visit people in nursing homes. And, you know, we're into the 3rd generation now of our customer base, of my customer base. And so for me, I think that's the thing that I'm most proud of and the thing that I enjoy the most.
This KMNH segment was sponsored by United Reliance. Thank you for your support. This month, Football America presented its new 2021 Nike Sports Collection line. The Mexican soccer team posed for pictures in shirts, shorts, and jackets, and you would think they would also be wearing Nike shoes. But in the pictures, some of the players have on Adidas, shoes that we all know are Nike's #1 competition. Fans who noticed the Adidas shoes worn by the players went to Twitter to make note of their findings. It was assumed that some players already had contracts with Adidas, so you could say they were already one step ahead. We're beginning to sound a bit like a broken record here at KMNH Weather, but maybe that's just January in the Ohio Valley. Expect the rain to turn into light snow as temperatures fall from Sunday to Monday, but rebound again towards the end of the week. Thursday should see the highest temperatures over the next 10 days, along with rain that will continue into Friday. Next weekend will be colder with a chance for snow on Sunday and again Tuesday. This has been your KMNH Weather Report.
Kids Making the News Happen was made possible in part by the support of Joe Erpenbeck. Thank you. Movie news, a new film version of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, simply called Wonka, has gotten the green light from Warner Brothers and scheduled to be released on March 17, 2023. The movie is focused on the younger years of Willy Wonka before building his candy empire. According to Deadline.com, the movie has been in development for roughly 4 years. And they have not cast the movie yet, but Warner Brothers is planning to start the filming in September. They're planning on another box office hit after the 2005 Tim Burton remake made $475 million.
We would like to thank Robert and Allison English for their support of Kids Making the News Happen. Thank you for watching Kids Make the News Happen. Have a great weekend. Tune in next week for more KMNH.